Yep, we're back. Oshin's View podcast. Best one in the world.
Yes, sir.
So, we left off talking about Will Smith, Chris Rock debacle
Yes.
at the Oscars. Now, what I've been hearing all week, and I got to take my time with this one because it's going to get a little sexist in here without any type of women representation. But I didn't feel we didn't need any. So y'all just gonna listen this time.
Yeah.
So a lot of women, there were debates saying whether Will Smith was right or wrong with his actions, and somehow we got to, is he defending black women? He defended his wife's honor.
Protecting.
Yeah.
Protect
black women at all costs.
Protecting his wife and her honor and all this other stuff. I'll be honest. When I hear protecting their honor, I start thinking of Japanese shit. Because they the only ones that really be, like I'm just saying, I don't really hear in our culture, you gotta protect their honor.
Right.
That's not really our calling card. Not saying we're not protectors, but the Japanese, the Chinese, the Asians,
They done called it the honor mark.
for the honor, they kill for their honor. Straight up and down. We're not on it like that. We can ask for our honor, but we ain't killing it. Now, this whole narrative has been put out there. Yes, we need to protect all women, especially black women, at all costs. He just protected his wife's honor. So a lot of the pushback that Will got, not that I don't know if he even paid any mind in social media, but I'm pretty sure he did. Where was all of this protection of Will when Jada sat up there at the red table talking about that entanglement with August Alston?
Mm-hmm.
So my thing was this. I'm going to tell you why I never felt that whole entanglement thing. For the simple fact, she just couldn't come out and say she cheated.
Mm-hmm.
See, but the thing about that is, I was hip to something. I heard that it was kind of like it was allowed. So I don't know if they have an open marriage or not. So maybe y'all can fill me in.
Which alludes to the joke that Regina Hall, I don't know if you saw this clip that's been floating around as well. They say, well, Regina Hall made this joke and Jada found this funny. Why wasn't she offended by this? But I think that's kind of almost known in the Hollywood circles now. I mean, the way that it was portrayed on the Oscars. Regina Hall made a joke about single men being up on the stage. Mm-hmm. And she said, well, Will, your name came up too, but it seems that Jada's approved this. So why don't you come on up here too? Jada found that hilarious. She clapped, she laughed, she almost fell out of a chair. Will waved his hands like, no, I'm not a part of that. So that kind of thing I feel like is it's been opened, and I believe that Regina Hall, if Chris Rock is still good friends with Jada Pinkett Smith.
And if you don't know who Regina Hall is, because Tiffany Haddish also made scathing remarks talking about sucking his Johnson. She's what she said to Jada. What does Jada, Regina Hall, and Tiffany Haddish have in common?
They took a girls trip a while ago.
Girls trip.
Yeah, they took a girls trip.
So anything they were going to say.
They're girls. Those are girls.
That was going to go.
Right.
If Regina Hall makes that joke about G.I. Jane, it's not even a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I don't think that. But off of the entanglement, I don't think that Will Smith was protecting anything but his pride. He wasn't protecting Jada. It wasn't even a malicious joke.
He's protecting his peaceful ride home.
Maybe protecting that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And by protecting his pride and his ego, it goes back to what you were saying. His ego was taking a hit over the last couple years, man. And his pride, like when you on the red table talking about whether you got an open marriage or not, talking about the type of entanglements that your wife is into publicly, it comes off a certain way. You know what I mean? And nobody knows the feelings that Will has surrounding it. You know what I mean? Nobody knows how he feels about it, and you have to wonder how much of his attack on Chris Rock had to do with all of that stuff. You know what I mean?
That's my point.
Mm-hmm.
That's my point with that. Now, this is the part that I don't agree with what society is saying in terms of Will Smith's quote-unquote lack of restraint for what he did with Chris Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't whoop August Alsina's ass. Y'all killed me for that. I showed restraint. I didn't react a certain way, being embarrassed. Y'all didn't give me any credit for that. But now, when I get to this point, and once again, it's subjective. His decision was his decision. Mm-hmm. Whether I think it's right or wrong, it doesn't matter. He made a decision to walk on stage and smack him.
Right.
So, just because I don't agree with it doesn't mean it's right or wrong. But now it's all, well, Chris Rock had restraint for not retaliating, and Will Smith showed no restraint for actually doing what he did.
Yeah.
So it's like, was that his breaking point? I don't know. It's easy to say. Like this, it's always easy to say what it is after the equal sign. To say, hold on real quick, it's always easy to say that was his breaking point because he smacked him. I don't think that's 100% true.
Yeah,
I don't think that was just it. But let me hear what you try to say. I think you want to lead me into something.
No, because you said something about Chris Rock. You said Chris Rock showed restraint by not retaliating. Could it be that Chris Rock just thought that he was wrong? Could it be that, that's his guy? He didn't know that was going to happen, and he was processing through it, and he just didn't know. It's not really. Or could it be that he was just a bitch ass nigga and he got smacked?
Like, so I'm saying it could be to a point where that what happened in 2016, they haven't been rocking with each other since. And that could have been a decision that was made on the way there. Chris Rock presenting tonight. That nigga say anything, I'm gonna smack him in his mouth.
Now there is a rumor that Will Smith had a conversation with Chris after 2016. You know what I mean?
Which would make a lot of sense.
Like, which would lead you to understand why he said, "Listen, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth." We had this conversation,
and that's what it looked like to me.
You see what I'm saying?
And that's he gave him a really dude in there before that keep my name out the mouth, and Will said, "Yeah, but keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth."
And that would explain even better the laugh, the smile when he said, "Yo,
I gotta go smack this." Yeah, right.
Like I'm really going to have to
just had this conversation with this nigga 3 years ago.
Wayne Brady have to smack a bitch?
You know what I
Will
mean?
Smith would have to smack a bitch.
Let this full tooth smile fool you, nigga. Tooth chipper.
Yeah, but the whole thing was this. I don't get into the whole, well, look at, because, of course, they threw in the size differential. Chris Rock has always been a little guy, size-wise. Will Smith is fucking Ali and King Richard and just the nigga that had no job walking around with pursuit happiness.
Yeah,
Chris Gardner.
Yeah.
Okay, he's always had size to him. I don't really subscribe to that. Anybody can get their ass for it.
Yeah, I said Fed Up don't have no.
Because Mike Tyson is extremely shorter than Will Smith.
Exactly.
And Will Smith wouldn't have went on stage. He got left.
But to the size, because I hear a lot of, Will Smith wouldn't have did that to somebody else. And,
What he did to somebody white? I did find that.
I'm just talking about just size wise. If somebody was bigger or somebody came
Instead of it was The Rock.
So my thing is this: life is really life. Some niggas can get shit off. I feel like the same way. Like, yo, when you a comedian, or even if you just talking about somebody, you gotta understand that they may react a certain type of way. If you're a comedian, you making jokes about somebody, you gotta you might need to know how to fight. I'm just being honest. You might just need to know how to fight. You can't really be a sucker and tell jokes about people.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
And furthermore, somebody else that's bigger might be able to get that off. Niggas be acting like Tyson can't say certain things that other niggas can't. You know what I mean? Or vice versa. Like Tyson. Like Mike Tyson can say some crazy shit in here right now. Niggas be like, "Oh, all right."
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because it's Mike.
That's because he'll fuck you
Right,
up. Like,
right,
let's just be real.
right.
Yeah, somebody told me online, which I thought was hilarious. They was just like, yo, they said, as a man, they tried to hit me with the, as a man, you know, you can't be afraid to do that. I said, well, let me check this out. I said, I'm not afraid of Mike Tyson. But I said, my lack of fear won't stop me from getting my ass whooped.
Yeah, that's what
I'm like, I understood
I
that.
tell people that all the time. I say, yo, it's not I mean, there'll be certain cases, but boxers don't go into a ring fearful. UFC fighters don't go into a ring, not fearful of death of
Yes.
what could actually happen. But you go into a fight being afraid of somebody. That's a guaranteed way to get your ass whooped. You don't wait for somebody to do something to you. You go in and you attack. So I mean, it's just the choice of having a fight or putting your hands on somebody is long past checking their size. If I'm gonna go smack the shit out you, I'm gonna go smack the shit out you.
And if you're a little nigga, you need to watch your fucking mouth.
Exactly. Because fighting words are fighting words.
In real life, like if you're
That's
little,
fighting words are fighting words.
you need to watch. You can't just be little and just say what you want to say and then be like, "Yo, I'm little. You can't hit me."
No, that's not how it works.
Would you hit somebody with a pair of glasses? That whole thing.
Take them off.
If they said some crazy shit, you might have to smack the shit out of them.
Right.
Now, I don't believe Chris said no crazy shit.
No, he didn't.
I believe
He did not.
it was not malicious, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
Now, it does become crazy if we had a civilized, face-to-face, eye-to-eye conversation about you making
And I've
jokes
already
about
said this.
Yes, if I mean,
Yeah,
now you
that is a
wild.
little more context.
But even in that, what if Chris was like, all right, let me just do a light joke. You see what I'm saying?
No,
Like I'm not gonna go hard.
I think that was his.
But that's what he said.
Crazy.
He literally said that. Oh, that's a light one. No, nigga, you feel protected because we at the Academy Awards, you think I won't smack the shit out you.
Well, that's how he took it. And Chris could be like, yo, I'm up here to make jokes about people.
And I could have went all that.
I'm gonna give you a
First
light
off,
one
honestly,
because we had this conversation.
I'm gonna tell you like this: when he said he wasn't light, to me, when he said he wasn't light, that was one of those. Y'all can't realize that was low hanging fruit. Like that was easy. Like there were no more jokes. There were no more jokes to say about her other than
It wasn't.
like this. The funny thing is, I put on my social media. I put a picture of Demi Moore, her character in G.I. Jane, and I said, for you youngins, this is what he was talking about. And it's crazy because that post got about 200 likes, which I was I didn't put it up there for that. I didn't expect that kind of reaction.
No, 100%. Niggas didn't know who G.I. Jane was.
This is what I'm saying. So when you say a certain joke,
joke was trash.
Yeah.
like this, it was, when I heard it, it was low hanging fruit.
I said, being movie buffs, we know what it is. It's exactly why we thought it was like, come on, yo, a bald head chick joke like it's 98, yo.
This is what we thought. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because he can say the same thing to Sinead O'Connor. You see what I'm saying? Type thing. I'm just grasping at straws.
Right,
I'm just saying it was a low hanging fruit joke. Mm-hmm. And if Will Smith did in fact have a conversation with Will Smith, that adds a little more context to it. Right. See, the thing about the smack is this. I don't think if the smack happens backstage, I don't think it's a big deal. Because a lot of things happen backstage a lot. Arguments, fights have happened in the industry. But this is the Oscar stage. This is on the stage in front of millions.
See, no, I see what you're saying there, but with this star power and these names, it becomes one of the biggest scandals of all time.
Not if you can't see it.
No, because I give it to you like this. If you can't see it, it becomes the biggest scandal. Because there is no footage of Diddy slapping Drake, but we all know about it.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Like this, with that, and we're not going to get sidetracked, but with that, the thing about it is this. We've heard about it, but it still doesn't get the same credence because it's one of those, for the people that were there, their take is, nigga, I was there, smack the shit out of him. Right. But for us, like this, as much as we believe it and we've heard from credible sources, you might have whole states that's like, that should never happen. Right. Because these kids, the new generation is, if it doesn't get recorded, it's not seen, it didn't happen. Especially and that's how they move on things. That's how they move on things. So it's like it doesn't hold the same weight because nobody's seen it or whatever. Meek Mill was talking about how he got his leg pissed on. And
that's been confirmed.
And that's been confirmed by other people that were there. But
that peed on you, ain't do
and that's it. Niggas is like, nobody peed on Drake's leg. Why would they even pee on Drake's leg? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so now, and it's funny that Oakland murder.
Context, like, how?
They were in that alley. The guy was drunk. He peed. Drake looked up. The guy was peeing on him. He didn't say anything.
All right.
That's ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, I don't even want to get into drink getting pissed on. That's ridiculous.
Crazy.
Hey, was he supposed to fight?
Yes.
Yes.
Anything with piss, unless I'm peeing back on you or something. I have to get it back.
I need my lick back.
You know what I'm saying? I was the kid that they were like, get your head back, watch it right back.
Oh my God,
watch it right back.
Got that.
So if you peed on me, you have to get peed back on. Like, yo,
It's the only way. It's the only way.
you don't even have to go to the bathroom. I do that. You're going to wait here while I drink these beverages until I have to go to the bathroom. So, women had a field day with this protection thing.
Yeah, they did.
My thing is this. And I'm gonna, when we put this up, I'm gonna have a lot of flack from some of the women. Women are saying that they're not getting protected. Now, this is the thing that I want to talk to y'all about. We're all talking about this. Women don't get protected. What protection are women talking about? Are they talking, okay, I'm assuming the first level of that protection is physical. Now, I get it. Now, how do you emotionally, I'm not going to say how do you emotionally protect your woman and things like that. Because, all right, quick story. I got a friend named, who shall remain nameless. So Bob, let's call him Bob. We're at a party, Bob is there hanging out, his girlfriend is there at the time or whatever. So the party, we're having a good time. Bob's girlfriend was a good-looking woman. So, of course, by all means, people want to try to talk to her. So a dude tried to holler at her. She told the guy, my boyfriend is in here.
Okay.
And the dude, of course, being drunk, inebriated, says, fuck your boyfriend. Mm-hmm. Go tell him.
Oh.
Guess what she did?
She wouldn't tell him.
She wouldn't tell him. I thought that was terrible.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I didn't know this information until after the fact. After the fight and everything happened. But she told him. Where was her protection of him?
Right.
Because guns got drawn that night as well. Not from our side, from their side. So, Bob and this guy got into one of the drunkest fights ever. It was a tie. And I'm not saying it was a tie because Bob is my friend.
Right.
No. I wish I could say Bob won. But he didn't. And he didn't lose either.
Okay.
They both took swinging haymakers and dropped each other. Literally. I swear to God. Like, I'm not like, no. I'm talking about they up there, the first 5 swings apiece, they're missing. Bob connected first. Haymaker. I'm talking about full-fledged arm extension haymaker. Caught him on the buzzer. The dude fell into the car and dropped. So we like, oh yeah, he's winning.
Let's go, Bob.
So the other dude gets up. Another 3 or 4 haymakers are swung, none connected. Punch number 4, connected.
Okay.
Bob goes down.
Down goes Bob.
Down goes Bob. So now I'm like, okay, well, who's going to get knocked out next?
Right.
Because whoever drops next one.
That's the one. Yeah, right.
So it just turned into a whole bunch of swing, miss. I'm kind of looking at Bob's crew because they were security and his regular friends.
Okay.
They had their guns. They didn't draw them because they were there in a professional capacity.
Right.
Which was cool because if they were just his friends,
niggas would die.
we all would probably die.
Okay.
Because they had guns and we had none. So I say all that to say, she didn't protect him because if you have a female that looks like something, first off, guys are going to try to holler at him. You got to know that.
100%.
Now, the thing about it is this. I feel a lot of times, the old saying goes, men respect men. Right?
Right.
But I also feel, as a man, if you give off a sucker vibe, this is when guys get disrespectful. And I'm not even saying disrespectful. It's one of those, okay, if I'm with a female, if I'm with a woman or whatever, and we're standing, it's our body language. It's everything, how I'm standing with her, how I'm conversing with her, that a guy from the outside can look and be like, okay, he's with her. I don't even have to ask him. Now, if you're with somebody, but it doesn't really appear, and it's like you're on the outside looking in, like, well, is it our boyfriend? Is it a friend? Is it the Gary Apple Yellow type of friend?
Right.
Is it? We don't know. So maybe they'll try to hit.
But that's also
or the drunk one, or if you're just that drunk. Go ahead.
And in that situation, it's also the vibe that your girl gives off. You know what I mean? They'll try you if they think that the chick is kind of with you but can be taken.
Right.
They'll try it. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And it's like, if you're not giving off that this is my man and I'm with him, then they're gonna be like, all right, well,
it's no blood no water.
Who your man? Like because that's a form of disrespect. Like they'll try you because when you with a woman and she yours, she gonna give off that she mine vibe.
Right.
You know what I mean? And ultimately, like you said, men respect men. You see what I'm saying? So they're gonna be like, all right, that's it. I ain't even got a chance. I ain't even gonna try.
Whether he's tough or not.
Whether he's tough
or not. The vibe is, she's with him.
Right.
That's that. And that's a good point.
But if she give off that vibe that's like, I'm with him,
But, and this is what happens.
Right.
So, women want to be protected. They want all this stuff. It's hard being a man. Mm-hmm. If you ladies don't know. Because you don't. So, we got a lot of things to deal with. But then, I'm not going to say you add to it. But we don't put that kind of pressure on women to be like, okay, well, this is your job to do X, Y, and Z. Outside of things like, cook, clean, and, things like that. And I don't even think that should be anything that pressure should get put on. Because if those are some of the things that y'all decided y'all doing as a couple or whatever, then it is what it is. But this whole notion that the black woman is under attack, and this, that, and the third, there's two things can be true.
Okay.
The way women conduct themselves a lot, I don't think they take into account what image that's being put out there when they portray themselves as liberals and I am woman, hear me raw. What comes along with these images and how you move. Then there's the fact of the woman that's just, women like to feel safe. Mm-hmm. And that word safe is an umbrella that you can throw a lot of things
on the safe.
So I get that. They want financial stability. They want physical stability. Mm-hmm. They want emotional stability, which is a slippery slope. Because how you give somebody emotional...
Give me emotion, but not too much emotion.
Exactly. It's like that. We talked about Chris Rock. Ironically, on Everybody Hates Chris, he has a scene where he says, when a woman has a problem, the last thing she wants from a man is a solution. And when he said it on the surface, I thought it was hilarious until I actually thought about it. Women just want to feel, they want to have a safe space to express themselves.
Feel heard. Make sure they're getting attention.
Exactly. Everybody, first of all, I believe everybody feels the need to be heard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is why one of the reasons
Some more than others.
This is one of the reasons why I actually wanted to start the podcast because I feel everybody has a story, and I feel to some degree everybody feels what am I looking for? That they're underappreciated and they're misunderstood. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know me, but you don't really know me. Even when you know people 30, 40 years or whatever. So that was just one of the reasons. But women, they're using that as a badge of honor now. So now when you get this situation like the Will Smith and Chris Rock thing, they're forgetting the violence. They're forgetting everything else. It's straight. He disrespected her. He was protecting his woman. No, now I'm not saying that he wasn't protecting Jada from talking up. I get that. But at the same time, you don't have to go to that level. Right. You don't have to go to that level. Right. There's other ways to protect your woman. See, because the thing about it is this. The male ego is very fragile. And the male ego can land you in the wrong places. It can land you in jail. It can land you dead. Or it's just the worst thing, one of the worst things you can do around, if you're a guy, is have your woman look at you as if you're not a man anymore. That'll make you do some crazy shit. Straight up and down. Something that you would ignore normally will put that shit 10 times up. Taking point, we all seen John Q.
Yep.
They were playing all the music as John Q was going. His son was sick. It was, I'm going to sell the trunk. I'm going to sell this. They were really trying until his wife called him, crying, and said 2 words. Do something. And at that point, what was the very next scene? Denzel sitting on his bed, his son's bed, with a gun in his hand. Because I'm the man. I'm a man. I'm the provider. I'm the protector. Whatever ill that has to be done, I have to do it. And my wife just put me on the clock.
Right. So
how long was Will Smith on the clock? But go ahead.
So you said a lot, but I want to address one. The attack on black women.
Okay.
Right.
First of all, I don't know if it's an attack on black women. I'm not a black woman, so I can't speak for black women. So I can't say that it's not an attack on black women because I don't feel what they feel. I can say that women put pressure on black men because I'm a black man and I feel that pressure. You know what I mean? There was a scene on the finale of Bel Air, where Will's father basically alluded to, I was out here doing these things in the streets because your mom put that pressure on me. Like what I was doing wasn't good enough when your aunt started becoming a millionaire. So, then my little money wasn't good enough. So she put the pressure on me to get more money and do more things. You know what I mean? And and you can't talk about stuff like that as a man, but that's a real pressure out here to try to, live up to the expectation of your woman and in people I know, people in my family, people I know that got out of jail from selling drugs and they go back and they woman they want that guy.
Yeah, they want that guy back.
You know what I mean? Like, nah, I'm trying to get a job. Nah. Right. We ain't been we don't got we used to not having a job money.
Exactly.
You need to do that. You know what I mean? That's some heavy pressure that you put on a man.
But women claim they don't put that pressure on.
They will claim.
They'll claim that they don't put that pressure, but continue.
Yeah, and then
they'll claim that's a part of being a man.
Right.
Especially
that comes with it.
Exactly. Especially when you're
living up to other people's expectations.
I often say one of my worst fears is I don't fear dying or nothing crazy. I fear going broke, not being able to provide. That's a real thing in my heart, in my spirit.
Yeah, to piggyback off your point, that's one of my fears. They say life is short. No, life is this is a Chris Rock joke. Life is long when you make the wrong decisions.
Yep.
Life is the longest thing you have. Period. And when you make the wrong decisions, it's even longer, man.
And then the last question I had for women who say they're not protect. How do men protect you? How do men protect women? I understand, and a lot of women don't understand that a man is protecting you physically and even emotionally when they try to steer you away from some of the dumb shit that you're doing. Man. Some of the ways that you're moving out here. If a man is trying to steer you in a different direction, then that is protecting you. It's not going to and smack people for you.
Right.
It's getting you out of these situations. It's not trying to steer you away from entanglements.
Yeah, maybe we don't go to the Oscars this week, tonight. Or maybe you don't go to the Oscars.
That's why I wasn't big when Tiffany Haddish was real lewd and was like, yeah, girl, you better suck his dick tonight, something like that. First of all, I'm not the hugest fan of hers. It's whatever. I'm not going to cheap shot her. She has a story. She's clearly pulled herself up.
Protect black women except for this bitch.
Yo, that's crazy. That's outrageous.
So, she does whatever. But, the lewdness and all that. Come on,
I like Tiffany Haddish.
All right.
Nah, she all right. Now, even though I did enjoy Night School.
I did enjoy Night School.
I did enjoy Night School. I'm just saying, come on, you don't got to be in character all the time. Come on, at some point. But the whole thing is this, and I'm glad one of the things you brought up because it leads me into what I want to talk about too. when the women going to stop? Oh, no, forget women, because they're not even here.
Right.
Are we and we're going to go to commercial on this one, but coming back, are we as insecure as women make us out to be? Ooh. We'll find out after these commercials, after we pay some bills. This is Ocean's Views Podcast. We'll be right back. This is ridiculous. Jobs gone.